I remember being young and hungry to work in my first job, but all of that energy fails when I witness how the system works. It seems that the questions of good and evil reduced to one simple choice: be promoted or perish. Ever since that day, I never came back to work believing that they're all the same out there, or maybe I fear the possibility that I'll become a part of a system that negates my core principles. Until I came across a music video called Crossfire by a man named Brandon Flowers, and talks about a complicated relationship that for me means there's something that we've always wanted to do, but we're afraid that we might get lost because of the reality of how harsh the way the world works. So we hide in the shelter of ourselves.
And we are very proud of them indeed. Here with the song Land of the Free, the Killers.
But this is exciting. Brandon is here, ladies and gentlemen, with his new second solo album.
Brandon Flower is a musical genius. His band Killers are considered as one of the biggest rock band in the 21st century, selling more than 28 million albums. But he never lost his principles about his faith and family and the things that matter most to him, regardless of how the world keeps bombarding him.
But how is family life there? I mean, your family is back in Las Vegas now, and you're sitting here.
Yeah.
How are they, do you think? What's happening?
Well, we're 9 hours ahead, so it's pretty early there. But it's, I don't know, it's difficult for my wife, you know, and the three boys. I miss them every day.
You are actually a Mormon, and you've been a Mormon also for your whole life. Can you please explain the beauty of faith?
The beauty of faith. Some of the things that I love are I think about my mother teaching me to pray, and that I had that communication with my Heavenly Father. And that's something that I turn to on a daily basis. And just there are answers to questions that my church has.
Can I? More to do with. Sorry. I was just going to say.
You first. There is far more beauty in a real understanding of the reality of nature than there is in reading some ancient book, or than reading some modern book, which is what the Book of Mormon is. And I have to say that when I read the Book of Mormon recently, I didn't read it all, what impressed me was that it's an obvious fake. And this is a 19th century book, written in 16th century English, and it came to pass, verily I say unto you, and things like that. That's not the way people talked in the 19th century. It's a fake. So it's not beautiful, it's a work of charlatanry.
The book's been studied and torn apart and looked at, and I'm not one of the professors that have done it.
Yeah. But do you believe?
For you to call this man a charlatan, I do. I take offense to it.
But he was a convicted charlatan. He was a convicted con man.
No, these are all falsehoods. You should do your research.
Well, I think anyway. The Bible and the Quran are both genuinely ancient books. So they're not obvious fakes in the way the Book of Mormon is.
Before we continue, actually, I have to throw you out. Is that okay?
Of some of the true history of the church.
I didn't realize you had to leave.
That's okay.
The socially awkward singer wrote in one of his songs, "I got a soul, but I'm not a soldier," 10 times describing his weakness and how he defends his principles in an articulate manner, but rather do it in another ways like true songs. Brandon also likes to tell how much he loves his family, and just like that, the man earned my respect and even dedicated their latest album, Wonderful, Wonderful, to his wife who suffers from some infectious sickness, and explains the cover art as a message of hope.
The things that were going on that in my life is focused pretty solely on my wife, and she struggles with what they call complex PTSD. It got dangerous, and so it was nice that we were able to, that she sought help, and it helped me understand what she was going through more. A lot of people write songs because they're not great at speaking. It takes me a long time to articulate what I want to, and I get quite a bit of that time to do it by writing songs. You should try it if you're not great at speaking. Write a song.
Brandon teaches us that staying in the game doesn't mean to lose our values. He never lost his identity, which reminds me as a 12-year-old to be in this world but not of the world. I didn't understand that fully until recently. That for me it means not hiding from the world, but rather using all your energy, your light, to banishing shadows. To face the world where morality loses its meaning, and be that definition of someone who's not perfect but breaking the boundaries of our fears, relying only upon the foundation of who you are and what you believe.
When I turn on the radio, there's curse words and there's talk about having sex with people.
It's just cheap. It's so cheap, sounds so cheap. It bothers me, yeah. I'm not like offended by it. I'm not a prude, you know. It's not like I haven't been out of the house. It's just, we need to class it up a little bit. Come on.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying.
You firmly believe that there's that out there and you need to make sure that you give something that's different.
I think so. Don't forget about, just try not to forget about where we come from. I don't know. I don't think of myself necessarily as this superhero when it comes to that. But I do think what I hear on the radio is sometimes I don't know. I have no words.